Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Right, I know I said that I would meet you in the morning, but something has just sort of occurred to me, and I need to take urgent steps to correct this, or we're going to be in serious trouble. There's one thing that we desperately need to get, and let me show you. Before I do that, my weekly question this week is... I am going to Gorale very soon, and I'm wondering which animal, if any, we should start our next map with. Do we start with 150 sheep, do we start with 200 pigs, or do we start with 100 cows? Now, if I start with one of those lots of animals, I will take 1 million in cold hard cash to go with us, or I will take no animals and I will take 1.5 million. So, the question is... do we start Gorale with 1.5 million in cash? Do we start with 1 million and 100 cows, 1 million and 150 sheep, or 1 million and 200 pigs? It's your vote, it's your game. Head in the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why. And of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. Now then, what we need, we desperately need, is... go here. Right, we need this one. The slow honeybee. This one takes milk right there, and it also takes honey. Or HoneyMilk, rather. Water, milk, and HoneyMilk. And it's the only one that we've got that can actually transport milk, so we desperately need this one. It's $760 to lease. Not very much. Nice and cheap. However, we're on minus $9,000 already. If I met you in the morning, I don't think we'd be able to get ourselves out of that hole without selling a tractor or something. Because I'm determined to keep these machines planting the poplars, I'm quite happy for them to keep going. They've got to be well over halfway on the field now. If you look up here, look at where they are. I'm thinking that they are kind of they're past the halfway point. They must be. Slowly moving in towards the centre. When they get much closer together, I'll turn off the hired help buying the seeds, the poplar seeds, and one of them will stop fairly quickly, and the other one has got a pallet that it'll use up, and then everything will be finished. However, we still need to get money in the meantime. We've got to get money before we do the poplar harvest, mainly because we've got to be able to get at least a forager. And I want to get this milk thing. I'm hoping that this milk and stuff is going to get us some money. I know that we're on dangerous territory here. We're a very dangerous territory because we are going to be running out of money. What we may end up having to do in order to plug the gap and get our poplars harvested and the wood chips sold and everything is we may end up having to sell the Challenger. I'm hoping that we don't, but it's a possibility and I'm not going to rule it out, right? However, right now I want money, and the painful thing about having to sell our 4.5 pallets of wool right now, that's on 6,500, although the price is coming up. So maybe I'm going to load these. Actually, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to watch the prices, because the price coming up is going to make a significant difference. When we get to midnight, we're going to lose a good 10 grand, but 5 pallets ought to get us at least 40 grand, I would have thought. You normally get quite a bit from selling wool. We shall see. I'm gonna stay here for the night now, and I'm gonna watch these prices like a hawk. And if I think they're going to level out before midnight, I'll sell the wool then. Because yeah, quite frankly, we need money, and we got to play this carefully. I don't want us to be left with zero cash at all. I'll see you in the morning, or I will meet you at midnight, or just before midnight, when we sell our wool so that we can lease that milk trailer. It's a very, very misty morning, and as you can see, some of the poplars have grown on a growth stage. I just wanted to see what happens when we come through this bit here, and it does just plant straight over them and reverts them back to growth stage 1. So, slightly unfortunate aspect of planting the poplars is that they don't plant properly, by the look of it. But at least they don't get squashed or destroyed by the tracks or anything like that. And the Valtra has decided that it can continue no further. It must stop and scream for help over here, which means that when it gets back up to the top of the field, there is a chance it's going to turn the wrong way. We're on minus 12,800 at the moment. Really? You couldn't have just turned around elsewhere? You haven't gone any further than that any other time. I don't know. The hired help round here really does leave a lot to be desired. But, fortunately, driving on the plants doesn't damage them. It does work okay. So let's go down here. We'll turn that one off. And let's start that one again. We'll have to just make sure that we double check up the other end that it's not done anything crazy. And hopefully it'll be okay. Right. I am going to meet you over at the sheep in a couple of hours when this cloud cover has lifted. Right, the cloud cover has lifted, and we are going to gather up these 5 full pallets. One of them's got like 1% on it, so it barely counts. And we're going to sell them all. We didn't lose a lot of money in the middle of the night because I forgot we sell the milk, don't we? And the milk made all the difference. Ended up that we... I think we ended up like it cost us like $1,000 or something in the night. So that all worked out fine. There was no issues there whatsoever. The poplar planter up in the field, that just went the wrong way. So that one is a bit of an issue that we're going to have to watch out for. Right, I think actually the best way to do this is you've got to back your trailer right into the pallets. But we will sell these pallets. That's going to get us enough money then to get the... get the milk trailer. And I was dreadfully concerned that we were going to have to sell these for like 5,000 per 1,000 litres. We're not. We're getting 7,766. That's gone right. That's as high as it's going to go by the look of it. It's stayed the same there now for a couple of hours almost. So hopefully that will get us plenty of cash. I don't know how much is... it's 2,000 litres per pallet, I think. So it's like 14,000 times 5. So we've got about 70 grand's worth of wool on this trailer, which is more than enough to keep us going. And hopefully we'll be able to get all the machines that we want. And we'll still be in positive money when we finish planting all of those poplars. So when we get through here, we want to get that trailer, then we can get back over to the sawmills. We've got 2 pallets of wood that we can deal with over there. We can put one of them up to complete building that building that we were doing. We can get some honey in there, and then we want to get some milk from the cows and get that up there, and start making the honey milk. And then we can start selling some of our products. That's going to be the really good bit. So I'm quite looking forward to doing that. I find it quite exciting, the idea of being able to sell honey and stuff that we've been doing. I think it's going to be absolutely brilliant. So I'm also curious how we get the honey into the trailer. Do we go beside the pallets? Do you have to take the pallets of honey over to the building and then deal with it like that, and like pump the honey out? Do you get this? It's honey and honey milk, 2 separate products you get after just putting in honey and milk. Do we put water in there? I'm not sure. Loads of questions I've got about this, and I find I'm genuinely looking forward to it. I really enjoyed the version that we used in the old times map that we played back in FS15, where I only used old machinery. I've had a few people asking if I could do why have I come to the cows? I'm busy thinking about getting milk. That's what Okay, I didn't actually mean to come over. So fortunately, we've only got to just go down here. But yeah, I was busy thinking about getting the milk. I don't want to get milk with this trailer. It's a different trailer that we're going to use. I could probably hitch that trailer, the milk trailer, onto the back of that one. So we might actually be able to just tow it all back with this, rather than having to go a couple times. Now, this is going to be a little bit inelegant, the way that we have to sell this, because I dump it off to the side like this, and then I just bulldoze it over the sell point with the trailer. And if you don't do it like this, you can end up... oh no, I want to go there, load them, and now... Yeah, what you can end up doing is... Nope, there. Accidentally selling some, and then it stops selling, and you lose money on it. And you lose a lot of money on it if you've sold a load, and then you just sort of break the selling mechanism almost. So, yeah, this bit is not realistic in the slightest, and I don't really like the way that we have to do this. This is something that I don't like about the game in general, is as soon as you stop selling, it instantly drops the price. It hammers it down. And it is a slight... The way that they've done the selling is a slight improvement on FS15, but it still basically means that if you don't, you get penalised quite heavily for not using large trailers or systems like this, where I'm having to just bulldoze it round. And I don't really appreciate being forced into the situation where I've got to do that. But I can't do anything about it. We work with what we got. And the money is roaring in. Look at that. I reckon that we'd end up with about 70 grand's worth. I reckon that we'd end up with about 60 grand. Because we were 10,000 in the hole, weren't we? We were 10,000 in the red. So how is this going to pan out? There's something quite satisfying about watching. I like doing it on the time-lapse. I'm really looking forward to, in Rattlesnake Valley, being able to do loads of them all at once, because we're getting wool quite quickly in that one. But that's still to come. We haven't done that yet. And last little bit. So I said $60,000. 61,700. 78,000 for selling it. Look how fast it's already going back down again. Those poplars are really costing us a lot of money. I hope that we get a lot of money back on the wood chips. I know that the way that we're going to be selling, the wood chips are going to bottom out in price, and then we're not going to be able to do anything else about it. The only way round that is to basically just wait until we get a great demand on wood chips at the sawmill, and maybe we can get a great demand on wood chips. It would be quite a coincidence, but, you know, stranger things have happened. And I'm pretty sure there is actually a way that we could just artificially manufacture a great demand, but I'm pretty sure that if you market manipulation and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure that's something you get sent to prison for, so might be an idea if we refrain from doing that. Just, you know, just like a suspicion. Oh, hang on, I need to go and check to make sure that this one is not... You're coming with me. No! Will you stop doing that? Ah, it's really frustrating. It's just done an entire row going the wrong way. It's starting to get really annoying now. I don't know why it keeps turning in the wrong direction. I thought that it generally turned towards the bigger part of the field. We're going to have to make sure that we do this quite carefully. Right, we'll let that one carry on now, and then I'm going to have to come back. We are definitely going to have to try and keep an eye on this one. Come back and just check that he's turned the right way. I really hope that he does this time, because it's going to... Otherwise, it's just going to get really, really frustrating. I don't want to have to do the entire field twice. The only thing that I can think of is maybe just starting it in the middle there and letting it run back this way, perhaps. I'm not sure. Right. Where were we? We were over here in our Phoenix Tatra. And again, I've been doing that a lot on this series in the last couple of weeks. I've been jumping around a lot and sort of breaking the realism a lot more. I know that I strive for realism, but obviously it is a game, and there are so many things that I want to show you that having to like do a good fade and break so that you don't break the immersion and so on. Sometimes it doesn't work, and I don't think that at the moment it makes a big difference. The kind of things that we're trying to do here on this farm at the moment, I really feel it's more a we're kind of more mod reviewing a lot of this stuff at the moment, rather than full immersion. I don't know, what are your views on this? I know that I'm doing it a lot lately on this one. I haven't been doing it on Water Valley. I've been specifically avoiding it on there, where we're kind of trying to keep things as realistic as possible. Are you happy with the break in immersion that I'm sort of putting in at the moment on this map? Or would you like me to go back to trying to make sure that I don't break immersion at all? And, you know, properly cut between vehicles and that, no matter what we're doing. I kind of... Personally, I feel that it's okay, because we got the poplars magically being transported onto the workers' vehicles at the moment up in that field. So I kind of figured that it was okay for us to be jumping around a bit on the map as well. But yeah, let me hear your views on that. I really want to hear what you've got to say on the subject, because I know that some people really, really hate it and other people really love it. Well, not necessarily really love it, just it makes no... There should have been a track coming in here. I've been coming in and out of here quite a lot. I kind of figure that it's okay. Because, yeah, we own this. We don't own that field, but, yeah, we own the track. This is ours. No one's taken it away from us, so I reserve the right to drive over the curb. And that there is the milk fill point. So I'm interested to see now what it's going to do. Oh, let's bring up the options so that we can see. Right, refill water trailer. Well, we're close to the milk. Now, I think this one's got some animation, but I don't know if it's the trailer or if it's where we sell it and stuff. So let's bring it here. You first need to load the tool. Unload. Left control I. Right, so let's just try refill. Brilliant! It's got a pipe and everything, and we're getting milk. How much milk have we got here? Let's come through, and milk. Oh, right, we've got 8,000 litres. Straw is getting low again over here on the cows. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. Right, 7,300. We're completely full. We will be using... I'm just picking it up with the Tatra at the moment. Where is the... What are you doing over there? Oh, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. What's the cleanliness down? Cleanliness is down to 47%. We've got 49 cows now and 48 sheep. And the sheep are going to be reproducing in 3 hours. But how did it get over here? I really don't know how this machine does these things sometimes. It's supposed... It, generally speaking, is pretty good. It does sort of do what it's supposed to do. But occasionally it does do some very, very weird things. Today is definitely one of them. How did it get over there up against the silage bales? That means it completely turned itself around. And I can see sometimes how it gets into a muddle and things go wrong. But generally I can't see how it completely turned... I could see how it maybe would turn itself part way, but getting all the way over there, how did it do that? Now, what you got to do is you bring it down through and line up. We've already set the width on it. We don't need to change that. I think that if you look down through, you've got to kind of eye it up all the way down and just... I generally use the keys when I'm doing rather than a steering wheel. I find that it gets me more accurate. There, and I think that'll be okay. So we want to go in the middle of this third one. That's about the center point. Press H and we'll leave it going now. That should clean up those cows. Right, now where were we? Before we... How did it get over there? It must have caught on something, spun itself round, and then disappeared off out the side. Interesting, but anyway, yeah. We got 7,300 litres of milk. We will be using the pickup from now on to bring the milk back. We won't be doing it on this one. I think the pickup is the perfect machine for dragging that little trailer around. It's just the right size for it. We've got 2 pallets, full pallets of wood back at the yard, and we'll use those and put them in. We need one of them to complete construction, and we might need just a little bit more of another one to finish off. You know what? Just because I can, I'm going to take this one across that bridge. I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't really think that this bridge is meant for us to drive across with a huge, great big truck like this. But it works. We can do it. There we go. Look at that. Scenic route. It's not very often that I take that scenic route. I don't normally do it in videos. Very occasionally I will do it behind the scenes, just because I fancy a change, but I don't really think that that route is meant for us to be driving along. Right, hang on, we've got to go and check that tractor again. I've probably spent too long wasting time, and what's the bedding? Again. This is getting frustrating, because we're planting one row at a time, and then I forget about it, and it costs us a large sum of money to put things right. So, I'm going to try this once more, and I'm going to start it from the bottom, and I'm going to move up. See if that makes any kind of difference. If that doesn't work, then I'll just have to sort of start it from the middle, I guess. Maybe that will do it. Let's bring you around here. Come up there. And there. So, there's got to be a way to get it to go in the right direction. Maybe it's like, maybe we should use the GPS. Autocom. I don't know. I'm guessing the reason is it's not recognising the fact that there's crop there already. It doesn't accept the fact that we've already got something planted, and that is what is affecting it. But how you correct that, I really don't know. Yeah, that's actually it's really strange, the fact that it's doing that. Ooh, better start this one up. Okay, we get back to the yard. We'll park up. We got a couple of pallets of wood there that are ready to go, and yeah, I came through here before and I caught the sign there. There was actually 2 signs. I caught them both, scattered them across the road. It wasn't very good of me. Police are looking into it, but they've no leads on the case yet. So fortunately, I think we've gotten away with that one. It's not a very good idea to go destroying your local road signs, though. People do tend to frown upon it, and the police they take a rather dim view of it when they actually catch up with you, because they do eventually. They always do. That reminds me, a place that I used to work, not very far away. There was quite a main road, quite close, and halfway down the hill there was a speed camera. And this speed camera was quite notorious. Some speed cameras are set a little bit above the speed. This one was set exactly on 60 miles an hour. And, I mean exactly. If you got clocked at 60.1, you were doing above 60. And they would send you a ticket. And then you'd have to argue the fact that it was still within 60 miles an hour. And a lot of people didn't even bother with that. They would just sort of accept the loss and go and just leave it. 61... you could argue it as much as you liked, you would lose the case. And I don't know why that one was so strict, but it was awful. Fortunately, I'd already heard about it when I first moved to that area, so I didn't actually get clocked by the camera. But a guy that worked on one of the neighbouring farms, he did get clocked by that camera. And he was not a happy chappy. He was not happy in the slightest. So what he did was, the very same evening, he got clocked at about 7 o'clock in the evening. And he went back there that same evening, and he picked up the speed camera, because he happened to go back there with his JCB digger. And he used the big front bucket, you know, the one that opens up like a giant pair of teeth. He used that one to pick up the speed camera, rip it out of the ground. He drove off down the road with it, threw it in over a hedge, and covered it in petrol and set fire to it. So, yeah, he wasn't very happy about the fact that he got clocked for speeding, and so he went and burned ripped out the speed camera and went and burned it. I've always loved that story, although that was brilliant. It's always warmed my heart hearing that story. People around there, they knew that he'd done it, but the police never found him. The police never caught the person who did it. They looked into it, and it's one of those cases where people, that they know the person that done it, but nobody reported anything. Right, let's just watch this one up to the end of the row. I will just stop a minute. I'm going to have a drink because my throat's getting a bit croaky. Okay, let's see if it's going to go the right way. This is 3 times now it's gone the wrong way. 3rd time's a charm. He's going all the way up here. So he's... Yes! He's turning the right direction. Oh, at last. It took him long enough to take the hint, though, didn't it? It really did take him long enough to take that hint. Right. He's going to carry on there. We don't actually have that much left to do now. Yeah, I might actually just leave this running until it... well, I don't know. We may finish this off next week. I am aware of the fact that we've still got to do the harvest, and that's going to take a good week of episodes, I would have thought. I will see what mods I can find to harvest these quickly and efficiently. That might help as well. Okay, let's go back down here to the main yard. Yes, I am hopping through them. So let's run over here. We need to check that the shed up there, we've got to see if we've got to put some more timber up there. But I don't know what happens if you have excess timber. I don't want to put 4,000 litres of timber and then lose the lot, because we want some more for our beehives here. We've got these beehives, we've got some honey there, we've got more honey there, we've got milk in the trailer. Let's come up here, though. I don't like the fact that it's up in the air a bit, and it's not on the level, but this is just one of those things that you've got to put up with. Right, building timber, 99%. So we need 16,000. We need another... If it is 16,000, we need another 47. That's it, just 47. So let's bring the pallet up here. Actually, no, I know what we can do. We can just bring a part pallet, can't we? We're going to get the part pallet off of the mill. This full pallet that we got down here, we'll bring that one and we'll put that one up there. I just pointed to it. Pointing is, it doesn't work. We've been over this. It doesn't work. We'll put the pallet there with the beehive maker, and he can carry on doing that. Then I'll spin round like this. I'll go and get the other pallet, the part pallet, and we'll put that with the building. And just in case we lose the whole pallet, I don't want to lose the 4,000 litre pallet, because that is a lot of timber to sort of misplace. Not really very useful. Is that one there finished? No, it's not. It's on 28. It's only a part pallet. So that one's now working, doing just fine. we'll whiz over here and we will grab the next bit. We've still got plenty of timber and everything there. I did put a bale in earlier on in the other side. That's my timer going off now to say that we've run out of time, but we can still get some honey and some milk into this thing. I'm determined to get something going on this one today. I did intend to do a lot of this yesterday, and we ended up not. We just went and picked up this JCB. There's lots of things that I keep intending to do, and I don't actually get round to it. 2,500 litres on this pallet. It's an awful lot to lose, but I think we'll be okay with it. Let's whiz you back out the way. There we go. And I'll go out round these bales. Right. Let's come whizzing up through here, and this is going to go for the final bit up there for that building. If that's complete, we can then take some honey in. We've got a tanker full of milk there to put in, and that will start making honey milk. And then we can start taking a look at selling products over there at our shop. Now, I know that we can sell honey there, and we can sell honey milk. Can we sell beehives as well? If we make excess beehives, can we sell the beehives? Squeeze in round there. What's it going to do here? We're on 2,500. Is it going to take the whole lot or not? Loading zone. Right, it doesn't appear to want to take the whole lot, so I'm not quite sure what the deal is with that. Alright, let's jump off a minute, and we'll press F, bring F1 up again. Building timber, 99%. Milk and honey. Does it have to, like, rebuild it again? Is 99% enough for it, or what? Right. We'll leave that right where he is. I kind of want the loading zone to be left, although it did seem to be okay on this side. So let's bring it back here, and then we can stop. I want to lower the and we can just leave the pallet there for just a minute. Right, and we'll see what happens. It might be that we've got to keep bringing more timber up there. I don't know at the moment. I know that we use some of the timber for the beehives, but I don't know if we use all of the timber for the beehives. So we'll take 500 litres of honey that we've got right here. I'll bring this up and drop it in, and then we've got milk that we're going to bring up here as well. So there's the honey. Where does this go? Where's the honey going to go? Loading. Do I have to actually take it? Do I physically have to drive it inside the building? We've got a loading zone over there. I hope not, because I can't actually get in a building because it's perched up in the air. I got a feeling that because I didn't use a completely full board pallet, this one has become faulty. Oh! Right, so you've actually got to bring it inside the building. Could we bring it to the back of the building? Would that work? The timber, we seem to need to bring it there, but it does... No, it doesn't look like we can take it to the back of the building. Right, let's stop that one there, and we need to get our... Ooh, switch it off. Let's just run down here and grab the one that we do by hand and bring this one up. Where do we put this one? So if we look, honey is on 16%. Milk is on 0. If I bring that in, yeah. So you've got to bring it all the way in. There's that one. So, oh, maybe. Can we get out here? Oh, you just walk through. That's another loading zone. Milk there by the look of it. Oh, milk goes straight up into the pipe up the top. So where do you unload? Where do you get the finished product? There's steps here. You can go upstairs. This is fantastic. Look at the detail in this mod. I'm genuinely impressed by this. I am genuinely, you know, I see a lot of mods doing this, running this YouTube channel. I see all sorts of mods, all sorts of ways. There's things, you see all kinds of wonderful things. But this is genuinely brilliant. So that the milk goes in. So where do we get the finished product? Oh, I think that is the finished product there. So you've got to take the honey goes inside. It doesn't look like we need the timber anymore. It looks like that we're not going to need it. So let's grab that. I know, I need to get the milk up here. I know, don't worry. I haven't forgot. And let's bring that in here. Put some more in there. There we go. Excellent. Honey's at 22%. And now we'll bring the milk up, and then we can find out if we need a continuous supply of timber going into that building. I really don't know if we do or we don't. We can also find out from that building down there what we can actually sell. We'll do that in a minute. We want to do this first. I'm going to leave the the control screen up there so that we can just see if there's anything that we want to take a look at. I like the animation on this trailer. I also like the appearance of the trailer. The trailer looks genuinely cool. As yeah, the black and white, the black and yellow stripes on it. It does look genuinely cool. You've got to admit. Tell you what, let's bring it round. And there's also the fact that we've got the black and white pickup. I think that fits in quite nicely with this whole theme. So let's bring that one round here. And we'll stop there. I think the pipe just goes straight up to the top there. So what have we got? Detach, unload milk. Yes, yes, yes. That is superb. Look at that. We are unloading milk straight into our machine. And yes, I'm getting rid of as many screens as I can because this is going to be the screenshot for today's episode. That is awesome. That is genuinely brilliant. I am so chuffed with that. That is so cool. Right, so what have we got in here now? So we that one's there. We can go up here. Can we see the milk? I'm guessing that the milk is... Oop. Okay, I didn't want to do that. I'm stuck! Help! I'm drowning in the milk tank. Chilled room. It's a chilled room. Yes, it would be. The factory I used to work in, that's... loads of it was chilled rooms. It's got to be a clean environment. You have a loading zone, but the rest of it's got to be kept separate. And you have special inside forklifts and all sorts in different places. Some places it's yeah, it's very particular about how you walk in and out. And you've even got to have like a full dress thing where you come into the outside, you take off your outdoor clothes, you put on the uniforms inside that are laundered at special temperatures, things like that. It's genuinely rather complicated. HoneyMilk, 833, that's 1%. And the building timber hasn't changed. So I'm wondering if maybe the building timber is no... Yeah, that's changed. We got 3% now for the HoneyMilk. I'm drifting sideways because my joystick is moving a bit. Right, so that timber there, it appears that we can just take that down for doing the beehives with. Let's bring you... Right, well, we'll bring you down here. I want to see what HoneyMilk gets us. I'm assuming that it's a liquid rather than a... anything else. Load HoneyMilk. There we go. Right there, well, that one comes out of there. And we've got 1,600 litres of HoneyMilk. After all that, we've now got 1,600 litres. This is going to have to be it. We are starting to run at... Well, I think we've gone way over time now. Let's bring this one round. And where do we... How do we sell here? I think this is going to be the difficult bit. Because of putting it so close to the end here, I think this might end up making things a little bit tricky. I think, well, we might be alright. Unload I. Let's see what it does. So we've got 1666. That's unloading. The money's going up. How much do we get? $2,500 for just 1,600. And yeah, actually, I think that's going to work out rather nicely. I think we're going to do well here. So we can sell HoneyMilk. Oh, beehives. So you don't sell timber, but you can sell completed beehives. Let's go and get a beehive. Bring it down here and see how much we get for a beehive. And then I think we really are going to have to go. And we can also sell honey. I could also run down a thing of honey. I really want to do that now. I want to bring both. I should have brought the pickup up and chucked one of each into. Oh well. What's done is done. Right, that's on 35. 35 is fine. Well, oops. I didn't mean to do that. Let's run. I wish it would stop dropping it. I should have brought the pickup. That's what I should have done. Because every time I try to run with this one, it drops it. It's because it's shaking it around, and I'm not quite sure why. We'll have to see. If maybe I should go at a sedate pace. So anyway, my question for this week, when I move on to Gorale, which is going to be our next map, the big Polish one with 103 different fields, what would you like me to start with? Would you like me to start with 1.5 million in cash, 1 million in cash and 200 pigs, 1 million in cash and 150 sheep, or 1 million in cash and 100 cows? It's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below, let us know which one you'd want and why, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. Now then, how much do we get for a not quite complete beehive? Bring that one in here. 196. Okay, so let's vote to keep the beehives for just making honey. One final thing that we're going to do, I'm just going to stop this, so I'm going to just drop that one off right there. And the last thing I'm going to do before I say goodbye is I'm going to whiz over here and I'm going to grab a thing of honey. Okay, we don't have very much honey because I've already taken it. We've got 9. 9? I want more than that. We've got 3 beehives in there. Right, let's grab our 9 honey and chuck it in the back there. Let's see how much 9 honey gets us over here at the sale point. This is not... I was actually hoping to sell whole ones, but I got a feeling that both the honey and the beehives are not really going to be worth it. Well, I suppose the beehives might... The honey might be worth it more than the beehives, because the beehives, all it is the timber... Well, we have processed the timber, haven't we? If it would help if I could get the honey out of the pickup. There we go. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Panic over. 9 honey gave us 43. That's not too bad, I suppose. You know, if you multiply that up, 90 honey would be 430. 900 honey would be 4,500-ish. I thought I was going to go around that. Anyway, that's it for today. And yes, I would like to hear your comments on how you feel about the way that I've sort of been hopping around the map today. I've not been sticking to the realism as much as I normally do by like cutting out those bits where I jump from machine to machine. So I'd like to hear what you feel about it. If you feel that I shouldn't be doing it like that, if you want me to go back to my regular way of doing it, or are you quite happy for me to do that here on Goldcrest at the moment? Because we are in fact we're doing a great deal of kind of mod review stuff, and we're looking at things that are quite a bit different. So yeah, opinions and views on any changes that you'd like to see. I'd love to read those and hear all about what sort of ideas you've got for things that we should do or shouldn't do. Just going to drive around here a little bit, just in case there's anywhere else that's going to take out that. No, it's not. Yeah, so whatever reason, it's decided to stop at 99%. I'm not quite sure why. I guess it's because we put a pallet up there, and we shouldn't have done. Maybe that was it. Who knows? Anyway, yes, if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.